I'm going to explain to you guys how much more expensive things are today than they were even 3 years ago based off of my current financial situation. So 4 years ago, when I graduated law school, I graduated making $65,000 a year. I was living in a 1 bedroom by myself, paying $1,400 a month. After the first 3 months, my boyfriend moved in, and so then we were splitting it, so it was $700 a piece. But he lost his job at one point, and so for 3 months before he got a new one, I was covering the rent all by myself. So it was about 6 months of me paying $1,400 a month for that year-long lease. Now I make about $85,000 a year. I have 2 roommates, and we split the rent 3 ways. And usually my rent is like $950, something around that. So I'm making technically $20,000 more a year. I'm paying roughly the same of what I was paying in rent. And I have never been more stressed out about money in my entire life.
So we've heard that America is very expensive. Okay, making, money and paying for bills is too much. And I've seen people asking, I don't know if it's worth it. So this is maybe something you didn't know. Usually a contract will tell you how much you'll be earning per hour. So let's say your contract is $20 an hour. That is true, but that is only true for the first 40 hours per week. Most people, when they come here, they are still energetic. They want to make money, and anyone wants to make more money. So per week, people end up working 60 hours per week. I've seen people work more than that. Let's not talk about that. Okay, but let's assume every week you put in 20 extra hours. Those 20 extra hours, you'll be paid at a rate of time and a half. Remember, full-time is 20. But according to the labor laws, any extra hour you put in with the employer, they have to pay you a time and a half. So that is how people make money. So instead of earning $20, they'll be earning $30 an hour. There's just extra time. Another way is people have 2 jobs. The first job, if it's a full-time job, it comes with benefits, healthcare, retirement. But if you work a second job without benefits, it's part-time. It's more likely to pay you more hours. Again, that is how it adds up. The biggest of all, of course, is people living together. Of course, married couples. In America, being single, you are more likely to be in the poverty line. But if you're paired, okay, if you have a partner, or the best, of course, is marriage. When 2 people are married, okay, spending power, earning power becomes that high. When you want to buy a car, it's 2 people versus 1. If you want to buy a house, it's 2 people versus 1. Paychecks, 2 versus 1. It becomes easier to raise children. So if you look at it, one person earning $15 an hour, if you add up, by the time they pay their car payments, by the way, these are the common bills, car payments, if they don't have a car paid off, there's insurance for that car, there's rent, there's petrol, gas, there's food, there's electricity. Most of the time, the first paycheck will pay for all that. And the second paycheck, you can save. You understand? If you're responsible. Or if you're earning only 15, sometimes everything is gone if you're single. Now, do that for 2 people. If it's 2 people, even at the same rate, you see that one person alone is able to take care of the bills, and the rest of the money can go into savings and do other projects. So that is how people actually survive in America. And I'm just telling you because I'm not assuming any. There are others who do very well. There are doctors, engineers, there are people doing business. But I'm going to the normal person when you first come.
So we're in Target, and this is what we got for shopping. So, right, so all these little bits and pieces here. It's not really that much, very short, small checkout. And we'll let you know how much it costs in just a second. Right, so we're in the car, we've got our groceries. So, for those items, really wasn't that big of a selection, but it wasn't $100, wasn't $200, wasn't even $300. It was actually $337. Take a look.
How are people affording life right now? How are people tackling this cost of living?
I really have no fucking clue how people afford this day and age with normal average jobs. And it's like, I was a server for almost 8 years and I never once made more than like 40 grand. And that was me making decent money. I was making $20 to $30 an hour. But it doesn't matter because the average cost to live in America is like $3 grand a month or something. And that times 12 is like almost 40 grand, you know? Maybe that was enough money to live off of 4 or 5, more like 20 fucking years ago. It's unfortunate, but it's just not enough money anymore. And it's like the video that I stitched, she was talking about how someone she knew was a teacher and how she didn't make enough money. My best friend is a teacher. She is so passionate. She is so knowledgeable about what she does, but she will never make the amount of money that she deserves, you know? She still lives with her fucking mom, and I don't blame her. I still live with my parents, even though I'm making really good money, because I know that the second that I move out, I'm going to be throwing away quadruple the amount of money that I already am, because shit is just so damn expensive. Like I said, I don't have a quote-unquote normal job anymore. I work online. I do affiliate and digital marketing, and everything that I do to make money is at the top on my page. If you want help doing what I'm doing, please reach out. I would love to help you. But yeah, it genuinely hurts me to sit here and think that people who are such hard workers, who have so much knowledge, are just not getting paid what they deserve, especially my best fucking friend.
The way the cost of living has gone up is fucking crazy. A 1-bedroom apartment is damn near $2,000 a month, which is crazy. Like, what? Food is steady going up. And it's just like, damn, what do y'all want me to do? Y'all want me to live on the street in a box and, you know, eat out the garbage and drink my spit? Because at this point, that's what I'm finna fucking do. Because, no, I'm not finna pay for no $2,000 apartment and I'm barely in it, motherfucker. Because I'm always at work trying to keep the motherfucker. So, I don't know.
What the hell is going on, bro? What the hell? For real. I'm lost for words, bro. Why is it that when I became an adult, everything went to crap? Everything! I mean, no, when I was growing up, it was like $500 apartments. Everything was sweet. And then I get old, or I get to 26, and everything is way too expensive, bro. You can't even buy a house anymore. If you can buy a house, great for you. Most people can't buy a house. I mean, what happened to the American dream? I read one time that said they call it the American dream because you got to be asleep to believe it. I'm starting to think that's true. We're all slaves. Literally, you stop working your job, guess what? You ain't got no money. You ain't got no money, ain't got no house. Ain't got no car, ain't got nothing. So, everybody else is also doing the same thing. Everybody's living paycheck to paycheck. We're looking for the next way out. What is the next way out? You tell me. Tariffs are crazy. People are getting laid off. The economy is terrible. The cost of living is through the roof. And then wages are just completely bummer. Like, I'm lost for words. What is it gonna take for people to be like, enough is enough? Like, when? What do they gotta do to you? Or what do they gotta do to us as a whole for us to flip this around and say this is our country? I'm an American citizen. And I feel like I'm the least proud to be American right now in this point in my life. I mean, try to look for another job. Try it. I dare you. Check out the job market. Ask people who don't have jobs how hard it is to get a job right now. People don't have careers anymore. They slaving away, dog. It makes sense, bro. It don't make no sense at all. For real.
I have not had beef in so long, and this is why. Bro, we are literally living in hell. Chuck short ribs, $22. Bottom round steak, $14, $17. Chuck boneless, $13, $17. Okay, some ribs. Cube steak, $10.29. Pot roast, $28.86. Okay, bottom round, $15.92. Now, mind you, I am in Publix, right? But I went to Fresco, which is the cheap supermarket in the hood, and the prices were the same. Beef shoulder for pot roast, $37, okay? $28 for thinly sliced ribeye. T-bone steak, $22.43. I think that's okay. Tell me if I'm wrong. New York strip, 2 New York strips, $30.95. Like, is beef a luxury now? Is eating the meat of the cow a luxury now? Eating cow meat is a luxury in America in 2025. Even look at this ground beef. $12.05, okay? $11.29 for literally 1 pound. This, as a solo person, I could probably make three servings out of that. The ground chuck is a little bit cheaper, but it's a little also more fatty, as you can see. They got the grass fed up here, $10 for 1 pound. Okay, $11.29, $12.39. This is absolute insanity. Like, I don't even remember the last time I had a steak, even a cheap one. Even the damn strip steak for a stir fry, which you're gonna put like noodles and vegetables, other things, $17, $18. Like, what is going on, man? Salmon too. Haven't had salmon in a long time because the price is freaking crazy out of control. People are not angry and suffering enough yet, clearly.
Like, is this a sign that we're in an economic crash? $6 for a bag of chips, and we're in the high desert. This is supposed to be cheap. How much is it for these Funyuns? Probably about $6 too. $4 for a bag of Cheetos. 2 for $7. Everything here is expensive.
Hey, you guys don't have
Look at this. $6.30 for a protein shake. Almost $2 for water.